Blended Podcasts. Brought to you by Blended Audio.
Hi, my name's Nate, and I'm a recovering social media addict. Basically, all I do is go online and look for things I don't like and then comment on them. Especially from my business page, because that's good for business. Yeah.
Hi, my name's Paddy McD, and I'm a social media addict. And I don't know how to recover.
You don't know how to recover?
I just don't know how.
I suppose that's why we're here, right?
I guess.
Well, if you're listening to this, welcome to SoundVaaibs. The vibes right now
Bleak, bro.
are so bleak. If you're listening right now and you're listening to the cadence of my voice, you'll understand.
It's a dry, but you can... I don't know if we're allowed to do that. But
No, we're not, I don't think.
Anyone who knows the ad.
Hey guys, welcome to SoundVaaibs. This was an experiment that we're probably going to continue to work on, where we just become absolutely shells of ourselves. Because after mindlessly scrolling through social media this morning, I just felt like, guys, come on.
Dude,
stop killing each other.
Dude, fastest way to become a shell of yourself is just go on social media for 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's just 5 minutes is all you need. It's like a 5-minute depression workout.
Yeah.
You go on there and you look at all this crap and you're like, guys.
Yeah, why am I even alive?
Why? Why? Like,
Yeah.
it's all it's good for now is just memes. That's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So basically, the point of today's episode is, if you want to be successful on social media, just post memes.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, it's been real, brother.
Yeah, it's been real.
Yeah, cool. All right, yeah. So we're obviously talking about social media, and what about social media are we talking about? We would like to discuss and unpack etiquette, social media etiquette. Now, a lot of you listening might, being SoundVaaibs and all, you might be a creative person, and as a creative person, it's unfortunately, we say, it's still essential that we have a social media presence.
Yes, and if you don't, then what are you in this day and age?
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
nothing.
You're nothing. You're exactly what your parents said you were going to amount to.
Yay! Whoa!
Nothing.
My parents never said that. I swear it. That's why I'm here.
Yeah. So social media, like something we've seen. Hell, we've even put our foot in it. Plenty.
Please. I have too much experience of putting my foot in it.
Yeah.
And honestly, if I do it anymore, they might as well just cut my foot off.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? It's like almost like a gangrene. It like creeps up on you, and the next thing you know, a month later, you just got to cut it off. You know,
at the knee.
At the knee. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've obviously seen, and we're sure you've seen, a lot of people commit social media suicide. And
I hate that that's a term now.
Yeah.
Social media suicide.
Yeah. So we want to talk a bit today about what is it about our behavior on social media that makes us actually vulnerable to self-destruction.
Yeah.
And how, what can we put into practice as individuals who are linked to pages, which are either our bands or businesses or something like that. You know, something that represents our creative, hopeful self.
Yeah.
That we as individuals so easily and willingly often sabotage.
Willingly.
Yeah.
People just feel this itch and this urge to comment or to give their opinion on something, even if it's going to cause volcanic eruptions of mammoth proportion everywhere you go.
Yeah.
People still feel the need that they're safe behind this curtain.
Yeah.
But what they don't realize is that there's actual damage being done here, like real life damage. And some people are like that with their personal accounts, and cool, that's their business. That's fine. But the minute you start conducting yourself, and look, even if you are in your personal capacity, if you are somewhat linked, or some people know you as a face of a brand or a band or whatever, they're going to put two and two together, and obviously that's going to look bad for your business or for your band. And when you're promoting, especially when you're promoting from an artist page of some kind, please guys, please don't do what I did like 6 years ago. Don't go out there and just spread what you think is okay, because there's a good chance that it's probably not. Although what I'm saying right now is very subjective, but from my experience, I tend to tread on the side of caution. When it comes to posting anymore. And it sucks to be like very eggshelly and
well, look, eggshelly, that is a pertinent point. So let's sort of look into, why are we discussing this now at this time? And we did an episode a couple of weeks back where we were talking about PR, public relations, and the kind of DIY approach. And
can become difficult.
And people have been asking a few questions based around that. So one of the biggest issues is social media, and why are some people finding they're not being successful at it? And something we touched on in that episode was related to social media, but we didn't really examine the topic fully. But we were talking about prose, the language you use. But I mean, that's only just the tip of the iceberg.
Absolutely.
What we're really looking at today is, the nature of social media is that everything is linked. Absolutely everything is connected. Doesn't matter how you filter how you set your security and your privacy and all that jazz. At the end of the day, someone's still going to screen grab your stupidity. It's the internet, guys. Handle with care. So what we'd like to really get down to is, as a creative person who wants to have a good PR standing, public relations standing, there's something that you need to take into account, is that once you become a public face, you kind of lose the privilege of the freedoms you might have enjoyed prior to becoming a public face.
Enjoyed, really?
Well, enjoyed, because you could say anything you want, and if someone disagreed with you, be it on social media or in person, because social media is basically just a larger audience than you would have if you said something stupid in a room full of people. It's just a much larger room full of people.
That's
so
true.
Whatever you say, it's going to be heard. In some way, someone's going to say, "Oi!" Some sunken-knuckled, brawler is going to go, "Oi!" What do you say?
Was that guy? Did he have an accent? Really?
Well, today he does.
Okay, all right. I'll come at him with an accent, like, "Hey, what? I said that. Do something," and then there's a brawl. But now in social media, it's like, I said that, and now I'm going to tell you exactly how wrong you are about your opinion. And now I've caused a huge uproar, and now other people are jumping in. And this is all taking place in the comfort of my band page.
Yes.
And at the same time of this comment section just exploding with negativity, slowly but surely your reputation is, as a brand, not just as an individual.
It's eroding.
Fast. It's not a case of, this will be better tomorrow because people forget about it. In some cases, if it's petty enough, people might forget about it. But from the serious cases that I've seen, holy hell, it gets very nightmarish and
and out of hand.
I'm absolutely no saint in this. I have been a shit stirrer many a time, but I mean, there has been times where I've wanted to, and I'm just like,
hold it in.
Hold it in. I'll go tell a friend or something.
Close the browser and go have a smoke or something.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. So, in my experience that I've had with this particular falling out of shit on social media, what I've done in recent time is try and take myself outside of myself, I suppose. I don't want to get too spiritual here. But I put myself in the position of an observer.
Yeah.
Someone who's looking outside, looking in.
Yeah.
And I would look and analyze the entire conversation of what's going on. And then I'll go, if I add to this, what is the person outside going to see? What are they actually going to see? They're not going to see the words I'm putting out.
No, they're going to see an arrogant piece of...
Yeah, exactly. They're going to see my arrogant ass running roughshod on some person who has got a different opinion to mine.
Yeah.
That's not on.
Yeah.
That you can't be doing that no more.
Yeah.
And that's something I've had to be hard on myself. I'll be like, no, Nate, I gotta just not do this. This is not good. It's not healthy. Yeah, maybe I don't agree with someone and I disagree with what they're saying, but I just, I'd rather confront them face to face about it.
Well, look,
even that's
no, Nate, why? Why do you need to confront them at all?
Well, in some cases, confrontation can be healthy. No, maybe you've had like a lot of negative confrontation, but when I don't go into confrontation with a negative outlook. I will go in to be like, so what put your mind...
Hold on. Why is confrontation so necessary? And this is a big part. We want to talk about social media etiquette, right?
Right.
So what does etiquette mean? It's like, what is the correct behavior in order to achieve your goals as a creative person to not destroy yourself?
Well,
so confrontation, number one, is a big no-no.
Okay.
So if someone's rolling punches at you for whatever reason, by all means, confront. But what we see on social media every day, every hour of every day, is we see people jumping into stuff that actually has no real bearing on their immediate position.
I think I'm just going to go outside right now and just start an argument with someone. I'm going to go confront someone right now.
That's pretty much what we see happening on social media all the time, literally all the time, is people just jumping into stuff that really there's no reason to jump into. So why are they jumping into it?
Because I'm angry.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
I'm angry as hell.
I think a lot of us, we feel powerless to a lot of the situations we see happening in the real world around us.
Yeah.
So being on social media, perhaps voicing something gives us a feeling of, well, we are still empowered. We can do something about this nightmarish thing.
I have to really turn down. Like, I'm serious. I got to turn down. Like, I almost found myself doing this was like a week ago. Like I saw something and I was just like, well, this is a load of shit and you're just spreading negativity. And usually I don't. Usually.
Yeah.
But there are little things that, and here comes the key word. Are you ready?
But
triggered.
Oh.
This is where I get triggered.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, shit, no, I have to say something. I got to put my 2 cents in.
All right, but now here's another thing. We've just spoken about why are we doing this, because it makes us feel, I guess, empowered. But also, you've used one word, triggered. Now let's use another word, virtue signaling.
Yes.
Oh
no.
So like these are real things. These are feelings and expressions that real people, including ourselves, feel inclined towards.
Yeah.
But are they good behavior? Are they good etiquette?
Nope.
Are they useful?
Nope.
To us and
Nope.
our endeavors?
Absolutely not. Sorry.
Yeah. So when using social media, upon the realization that you are now representative of your creative self,
yes,
one needs to attenuate your behavior to be appropriate to your public relations goals. Now, I've seen some people actually, they believe that by being, aggressive or even passive aggressive or edgy or whatever it is, that's part of their game plan. Is it working out for them? Well, hell, I don't know. Because a lot of people are going to say something just to attract likes or even dislikes, just to attract attention, some kind of reaction. So,
well, I mean, what is social media in 2019? Reactions.
Yes.
I mean, there's a function for it.
No, it's like a little clock counter. Like, how many reactions did I get?
Yeah.
And I guess that comes back down to feeling maybe a bit more powerful again, in a world where a lot of us, a lot of the time, feel pretty damn helpless.
Yeah.
So
I wish I could just translate those reacts onto my page.
Yeah.
Please. Hey guys, go like my page. I'm joking.
So a lot of people are behaving self-destructively.
Yeah.
But with the thought that they're behaving constructively. But if we look at the real world results, I mean, we are seeing all sorts of nasty stuff. Like we're seeing, friendship circles losing cohesion.
Oh, yeah.
Because people disagreeing, well, it's not only just disagreeing over silly things on Facebook, it's they become so vehemently attached to their point of view.
Yeah, you come here with that Facebook, I'll tell you about Twitter. Twitter's just as bad, man.
Yeah.
Yo.
So I think in terms of etiquette, like there are things we can do as social media users to not destroy ourselves.
Yeah.
And I think number one is you have to acknowledge that your personal profile is not separate from your business profile.
No, it's not.
You have to
Absolutely.
accept that as true.
And, a lot of people don't understand that. And,
no, they don't. They're like,
no,
but me as a person, I'm not representing so-and-so. It's like,
exactly.
Forget about it, bro.
I could tell you a story quickly. About 2, maybe 3 months ago, I had an incident at my workplace where I found something I probably shouldn't have, and I joked about it publicly. And I did it for the sake of comic relief.
Yeah.
And didn't realize what I was actually doing.
Okay.
And that was putting myself in a very bad light with the company and painting a bad light for the company.
Yeah.
So naturally what I did was I removed it. I apologized. I wrote a full-fledged letter to them just explaining, my train of thought at the time and why I did it. Because it could have got seriously out of hand.
Yeah.
It really could have. And I mean, it was still on my personal account.
Yeah.
But the fact is, someone was watching.
Of course.
Someone
always.
screen grabbed it and someone was spreading it like wildfire because it was in some cases humorous, but at the same time, I think it wasn't spread for that reason. It was spread because, look what's going on here.
Yes,
it's almost like gossip.
Yeah, it's like someone has a malicious intent. Or not even, it's for their own lewd form of entertainment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this happened, and there were words, and I got a talking to for it.
Yeah.
But the bottom line was, it was at that point I was like, okay, whoa, I've towed the line here a little bit too much. And after that, I've been a little bit extra careful on it.
Yeah.
And
well, as we say,
now it's I don't feel less powerful. If that's a thing. I don't feel less. I just feel like I moderated more. Which in its essence isn't entirely a bad thing.
No, not at all. Well, we can get more to that. But as you point out, point one, your personal profile is not separate from anything else in your life.
It's linked.
You have to accept that.
Yeah.
Because people are gonna measure and judge your brand or band or whatever you want to call it, by what they perceive as the character of the people contained therein.
Yeah.
So that's your first step, is like realize that.
Yeah.
Number 2, I would think, is filter.
Yo.
Like,
what is that?
You need to filter yourself.
Oh, what is a filter?
It's a thing that says, this we will allow to pass. This you shall not pass. So like, how can one practically apply some form of a filter? Now, I've been complimented sometimes that I always seem like such a diplomat. You know,
well, you are.
Well, no, actually, now you and everyone's going to hear the truth of it.
No, nonsense.
Dude,
You portray yourself as a.
I just have a very strong filter.
Oh, okay. So
Because-
this is all a ruse.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
When I see something, which often I do, and I feel riled up, hot under the collar, and it's like, I must comment. You know,
So
it's
you're
like,
guilty as
yeah,
well.
Yeah, dude, all of us. We all are guilty.
That's fair.
The question is, how do we not murder ourselves and rather just, you know, like dodge these bullets that we send out aimed at ourselves? So my method is I never go on Facebook or any other social media for that matter, except for Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram seems pretty safe.
I never go on
Somewhat.
My mobile.
Oh, so is it your mobile that's causing the problem?
No, let me get to it. I always go via my desktop browser
Okay.
because next to, or sort of like covering that half and half, is my notepad.
Okay.
Because I've felt in the past when I was making stupid mistakes was usually when I acted on impulse.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have that flippin' status update or whatever thing open right in front of you, live in the browser, ready to slip at the hit of a enter button,
Yeah.
it's like, you know, once that arrow is released from the bow, there ain't no calling it back.
Yep.
You know, someone's going to screen grab that if it's too juicy. You
Yeah.
know, someone's going to grab it. You know,
Gotta
they
grab
might,
it before it goes.
yeah, you know, they
Yeah.
might bank it for weeks or months, even
Years.
before they turn it back on you.
Yeah, turn up at your funeral. Ha! He said this.
Yeah.
Ah, but he's dead now. Oh.
Yeah. So,
Jesus, that was.
so I always have a notepad open in front of me. And whenever I feel, I have to, you know, this rage, the sudden knee jerk inside me needs to vent,
Yeah.
I will type a novel.
I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that for a second. I've seen your novels.
That notepad gets it. Gets it hard.
Yeah.
And like sometimes I'll toil for like a good hour or two. But what I find is that the fact that it's there, I mean, I hit enter many times. I mean, all I want to do is create a bloody paragraph, like a line break, and I've hit enter. It's like, what if I had done that in the, in the social media text box? That would have sent, man.
Yep.
So what I do is I really just let it all out. I let rip. I let the lava flow.
Okay.
And it feels good. It feels satisfying.
Yeah.
But then once I've really let it all out, then I stop, reverse, read again. And I'm like, wow, this is too hot. I got to cool it down a bit. And I do a filtering process. I go over it maybe like 3 or 4 times and I really whittle it down. The most successful time of my filters when I actually don't post anything at all. Because I've had my process. I've got it out of my system.
So you
if-
recommend that we just write it down on a notepad and then.
Look, when we feel provoked or something has got us hot under the collar, we have to let it out. We have to express. I think the big issue is in the social media realm, we are choosing our audience very poorly. You know, but because in the realm of social media, we have to realize our audience is infinite. It's literally the whole world.
Planet.
You know, yeah, you might think, oh, private this, or I'm doing it in this group or to this person. But
It's still like 20,000 people.
no, but still, like we
Oh,
live in an
yeah.
age of screen grabs, man. It's like anyone can grab a screen, take a snapshot of it, and splurge it out anywhere they feel like for whatever
Grab an
agenda they
actual
feel.
screen with the text on it and sell it on eBay. There you go. New profit
Anyways.
ideas, guys.
Yeah. So I really think your etiquette can be summed up by like 2 really key points.
Right.
It's like realize that you are not separate from your brand.
Yeah.
And choose your audiences more carefully. Sometimes choosing no audience at all is the best choice. But have a go, have a rant, let it out. Just don't put it on the bloody internet.
Yeah. I suppose rather safe than sorry.
Yeah. And then sometimes I do post something, but it's usually after a very, very rigorous filtering process. And kind of like you described what you would sometimes do. You sit and you think, how would I feel if I read that? Even if it had nothing to do with me. Is this person being an arrogant know-it-all? Or are they really trying to take this from a third-party, neutral, sensible, non-emotional approach?
It can be very tricky at times.
Yeah.
But I feel a lot of the time that I'm able to put myself in an outsider's shoes looking in, If I've got the self-control to do that, then I have the self-control to not press enter.
Aha. Yeah.
So, look, it just comes down to how you're feeling in the moment. And sometimes you just have to practice more self-control. And it can be very difficult in a world that is trying to provoke you.
Yeah, because that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think one final point, because I think we're running out of time for this episode, one final point, like a third key thing of etiquette, I think is also like, you mentioned early on confrontation. And let's face it, you might not... you might be able to rein yourself in to be non-confrontational, but that doesn't mean people aren't going to bring confrontation to you.
Yeah.
And I think the best way to handle that is privately, offline, where it's possible.
Yes.
Or just sometimes realize people are trolling. Like,
people are always trolling.
Like, try to better understand the nature of trolling.
Trolling is looking for a response.
Yeah, someone's deliberately seeing you as an attractive target, and they're going to try and draw the worst out of you for their own entertainment or for the entertainment of their audience.
What a wonderful world we live in. Thanks, Patrick. We'll see you guys next time on Sound Vibes.
Yeah,
I'm going to go home and sulk.
We'll talk about something much cooler.
Yeah, we must apologize though. This episode has, albeit quite a dark and down subject, but it still needs to be spoken about.
Yeah. Look, I mean, we touched on public relations. People want to know this stuff. They want to know our thoughts on it. So now you have it.
There you are. We are trying to be less confrontational online where it's most dangerous. There you go. That's the crux of this episode. We'll call this No Danger. No danger social media.
Yeah.
I don't know, something. We'll think of a title.
Cool.
We're working on that.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks, guys, so much for listening to Sound Vibes. Please don't forget to check us out, and this is ironic, on social media. And
hook, line, and sinker.
Don't forget to go give Blended Podcasts a like and a share on all the socials. Go check out all the other podcasts available on the network, and we'll check you guys at the next episode. Thank you for listening.
And just be bloody nice about it.
Be bloody nice about it. But
cheers.
Thank you so much for listening to us ramble on about all things music and sound here on Sound Vibes, produced with the generous assistance of Blended Podcasts, brought to you by Blended Audio.